Hello. Standing in an empty shul, it's not how we want to see a shul, not our shul, not any shul, but we're living in difficult and in very strange, unprecedented times. From the time this shul was built, it has had minyanim services and learning all the time and every day. This shul, like every shul, is for the first time darkened. And that is certainly not how we want to see things. But I thought I'd spend a few minutes talking to everybody. So I know you're missing a sermon this Shabbat. And in the greater scheme of things, that's not exactly in the top 1,000 of inconveniences. But I thought I would share some thoughts about the Parsha and about what's going on right now. This will be the best sermon you'll ever hear, because for the first time you can turn it off. And you can put it on pause and you can delete. You don't have to listen to the whole thing. You have control. You're not prisoners here in Shul when I talk. First of all, I want to say how inspiring it's been talking to so many people over the last week or so, because our people are remarkably resilient and strong. People have stepped up. People are taking care of themselves and their families and members of the community. And it's really quite something to see that even in difficult times, people are able not to muddle through, but really rise to the occasion. And thank God for that. We're a community whose strength comes from being able to gather together. And it's remarkable to see that even absent the physical the ability to physically gather, people are still getting strength from each other and from themselves. And it is inspiring. Just want to remind everybody, we're still around, we're still available, and if anybody needs help with anything, please feel free to reach out. But I want to spend a couple minutes talking about the Parsha. This week is Parshat Chodesh, the special Shabbat before the beginning of the month of Nisan, and the Shabbat when we read about the first mitzvah ever given to the Jewish people, the mitzvah to sanctify time. HaChodesh is Elechem Rosh Chodashim, that we have the ability to decide when the months begin and therefore when the holidays are. There's a beautiful psikta that says the angels on high turn to God and say, when is Yontif? And God says, why are you asking me? Go down below. You and I will go down below to see what the Jews say. And whatever they say when Yontif and Rosh Chodesh is, that's when it is. God has given us that power. And the idea is that slaves who had no power over anything in their lives are now not just given the power everyone should have to determine their schedule, but a heightened empowerment of being able to sanctify time, to make time holy. It's a way to strengthen and embolden and to give confidence to a group of newly free slaves. It's a remarkable idea, a beautiful idea that we have that power to do that. And that power is certainly needed today. When we are faced with challenges that no one expected or predicted, when we're now and very often sequestered, if not always, in our homes with our kids, we have to do what we can to make time sacred, make time holy. The parsha is Vayakal Pekudei, and we talk about how the Mishkan upon its completion is filled with the glory of God. We don't have the public gathering space right now. We don't have it. We're not allowed to have it, to save lives and to protect health. But what we do have is we have the greatest resource. We have our homes, and our homes need to be filled with that. We have to be extra careful, to be patient, and to make sure our kids continue to lead lives filled with joy, hope, and optimism. Our kids are remarkably strong, and they're really smart, and they know what's going on. But they still look to us, as they always will, for guidance and for strength. We need to be patient. We need to be joyful. We need to have hope and to be creative and resilient in that. We have to fill our homes with the Spirit of God, and the Spirit of God is the spirit of patience and love and joy. That's what it means. Holiness means being good to each other. Holiness means being good to our husbands, to our wives, and I just want to just remind everybody, we have that power. God gave us the power to create many worlds within our world, and those worlds should be beautiful. Shabbat Shalom.